Guys, one of Goku's most beautiful transformations is without a doubt the complete Ultra Instinct, where Goku reaches the highest level of his powers, where his body moves in a unique way. But have you ever stopped to think if Goku will be able to activate the Ultra Instinct in Dragon Ball Daima, even with a child's body? Well, let's see all this now, because I'm going to bring more updates about the new Dragon Ball anime, and I count on your like. Please leave a comment, and of course, leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Done with that, let's get started. Guys, as we know, during the Tournament of Power, several warriors in the course of battles evolve their powers and even awaken new powers and transformations. And this includes our protagonist Son Goku, who after his first confrontation against Jiren, Goku used the Genki Dama to defeat him. But Jiren managed to counterattack Goku's attack, causing the Saiyan to receive his own attack. Goku, after receiving his own Genki Dama, the Saiyan managed for the first time to use Ultra Instinct incomplete, which left all beings divines shocked by the fact that a mortal could use this power. As we saw, and thanks to Whis' explanation, we discovered that Goku was only able to use that power for the first time when he received the Genki Dama that would kill him, and the only way for him to survive would be by absorbing that energy, and thanks to that, Goku didn't die. And finally, he managed to use the power of Ultra Instinct in an incomplete form and only at the end of the Tournament of Power. After using that incomplete Ultra Instinct a few times, Goku ended up activating the power of Ultra Instinct in its complete form, which helped him defeat Jiren. Now, about Dragon Ball Daima, as I said in the other theory, we don't know what period the story takes place in, but let's suppose it takes place after the Tournament of Power, which would mean that Goku and Vegeta would already have the ability to transform into Super God. Saiyan and possibly Goku could end up using Ultra Instinct, and depending on which period the story is set in, Goku would have already mastered Ultra Instinct, and Vegeta would already have Ultra Ego. Having said all that, let's go to the question that is making everyone curious. If this story takes place after Dragon Ball Super, Goku and Vegeta could now activate and deactivate the power of Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego. In Dragon Ball Daima, even though they are children, they could use the power of Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, even though they have the bodies of children? Come on, I think Goku and Vegeta, even if they had complete mastery of these transformations in Dragon Ball Daima, neither of them would be able to use them. And why do I think that? Simply, my friends, Goku and Vegeta now have the bodies of children and not adults, and as such, none of them have a body capable of withstanding the power that the transformations would give them. And because they have very young bodies, Goku and Vegeta would not be able to withstand so much power. Just like what happened to Goku after using Ultra Instinct in the anime. He would submit Jiren and win the Tournament of Power, but thanks to excess energy and physical wear and tear, his body gave way, and he ended up becoming extremely weak. Another moment also from the anime, it was in Goku's battle against Kefla. Goku, because he didn't have the Ultra Instinct custom in his body, his punches were weak against Kefla, and Whis himself explained this within the anime, so I believe that even though they possess this power in Dragon Ball Daima, Goku and Vegeta won't use it because it could kill them. But that's just my opinion. Now, if any of you have another one, comment, because I'll be reading all the comments. As everyone could see in the Dragon Ball Daima trailer, Goku returned to being a child and was using his old power pole that Goku used when he was a child. At the same time, Goku met Bulma and ventured with her to find the Dragon Balls. And with this, we can be sure that Dragon Ball Daima will have more hand-to-hand combat, since Akira Toriyama himself, the creator of the anime, revealed why Goku has a power pole. As Goku is small, it was very difficult to do close combat scenes and movements because Goku's arms were too short. So he decided to create a power pole for Goku, and Akira Toriyama revealed this in the classic Dragon Ball era. So Goku having the power pole back in Dragon Ball Daima is to help in future fights, which will be more physical than key attacks, and this will be very interesting to see, as current Dragon Ball battles are more based on special moves as opposed to physical combat. But which style do you like more? Hand-to-hand combat or the use of special attacks? Comment there. Now let's talk a little bit about Goku's new enemies, who are demons, and yes, they are really demons, and this was confirmed by Akira Toriyama himself. His objectives in having transformed Goku and his friends into children is still unknown at the moment. But I'll have the theory that they did this because they felt intimidated by Goku and his friends, especially by Goku because at the beginning of the trailer, those two demons were watching several battles where Goku was often present. The demons were seeing images from the Majin Saga, where Dabura, who is also a demon, participated at the beginning of those images. Dabura's photo appears printed. The two demons paid a lot of attention to Goku and his friends, which made them think that for their plan to be successful, the demons should eliminate Goku and his friends. And the way they found to do this was to turn everyone into children so that in some way their powers are limited, where none of Goku's friends would not be able to oppose the demons, and so they would not have to enter into a confrontation. So these two demons used the Dragon Balls to make Goku and his friends weaker, or was this the demons' plan B? We don't know exactly why Goku and his friends were turned into children, but we can deduce that it was to make them weaker, so they wouldn't try to interfere with the demons' plans, or so Goku and his friends wouldn't be able to defeat them. If you agree or disagree or even have another possible idea as to why these demons turned Goku and his friends into children, comment below. Now let's talk a little about the power of the demons that were presented in the trailer. Their power was more similar to magic and not key attacks, but maybe the demons do have key attacks. But I believe they used more magic, and we can theorize that demons are beings opposite to angels, who were created to guide the gods of destruction to maintain a mortal level in the universes. So I would say that demons are the opposites created to destroy the balance of the universes, or the seventh universe. Maybe the demons were sealed, as it was said in Dragon Ball Heroes, and only now they managed to get out of the seal, or only some of them managed and are trying to break the seal of the Makai world, the world of demons, using a magic that must be opposite to that of the angels. So if angels are beings that have pure energy, demons have had an evil energy since their creation. But tell me what you think about demons. Do they use evil energy? Do they use black magic or demonic magic? Now, one thing that I noticed watching the Dragon Ball Daima trailer again, and that perhaps some of you also noticed, was Kaioshin Shin and his assistant, who were also in the trailer. They have a childish appearance for those who remember the events of the Majin Saga. You know that in it Shin and his assistant made the fusion to show Goku the power of the Potara earrings, that at the time it was said that the fusion was permanent, which changed later, and during the Champa tournament Shin reappeared without being fused with his assistant, who appeared in Dragon Ball Super.
Great ancestor, should I know who that childlike creature is?
Don't you know anything?
But if Shin and his assistant were fused in the Majin Saga, how did they both appear separately in the Dragon Ball Daima trailer? Yes, my dears, if Shin is no longer fused, we can deduce that Dragon Ball Daima will pass after Dragon Ball Super. So we could have the presence of Beerus and Whis in the new anime. Whether they have childlike appearances is a great mystery at the moment. But if it is really confirmed that Daima takes place after Dragon Ball Super Goku, it means that Goku already has Ultra Instinct. The big question is, will Goku be able to activate this transformation? What is your opinion on this? Do you think that with these new theories, Dragon Ball Daima will take place after the Majin Saga or after Dragon Ball Super? Leave your opinions in the comments. Hey guys, the new Dragon Ball anime titled Dragon Ball Daima, but why exactly is it called Daima? From what it seems, the term Daima is referring to the demons of the Dragon Ball franchise, such as Dabura himself presented in the Majin Buu saga, there in Dragon Ball Z, and we also have another demon that is less known, but was the first to appear in the anime, that was Akuman. There in Dragon Ball Classic, at the same time Goku met Bulma and started his adventure going after the Dragon Balls. That said, I believe that Daima from Dragon Ball is referring to the world of demons, but that's just my opinion. What do you think? Leave your opinion in the comments. After seeing the Dragon Ball Daima trailer, a question arose that I still don't know the answer to, and perhaps many of you don't know either. When is this story taking place? In the trailer, no Dragon Ball Super characters like Beerus and Whis appear, so we cannot say with precision that this new Dragon Ball will be after Dragon Ball Super or after the Majin Buu saga. But if it is after the Majin Buu saga, we will not have the participation of Beerus or Whis, but it may be that at the end of everything, after the final battle, Whis appears as a mere observer, since Beerus would be sleeping at this time and would not appear if the story takes place before Beerus awakens to fight the Super Saiyan God. If the story passes after the battle between Goku and Beerus, we will be able to see the two divine beings making some appearances throughout the anime. Guys, for all those who saw the new Dragon Ball Daima trailer and paid close attention, you were able to see that in the trailer, the Dragon Balls are used to summon Shenron, and seconds after that happens, Goku and his friends' bodies glowed and suddenly they became children. And with that, we can deduce that Shenron's power was used to transform everyone present in that place into children, and from what was presented, it was not just Goku and his friends, but everyone who had a certain connection with Son Goku, because those who paid close attention to the trailer and the details were able to see that some characters like like Mr. Satan and Master Roshi, also ended up becoming younger, which shows that the wish made to Shenron was not specifically to affect individuals that were powerful like Son Goku and Vegeta, but a desire that would affect all those who were part of Goku's long history and who in some way could become threats to Makai beings. Now, a big question, ladies and gentlemen, that crossed my mind, and that may be a doubt among you too. During the trailer, it was shown that Shin, one of the Kaioshins from Dragon Ball, had been affected by the power of Shenron. So this raised a theory that perhaps Beerus and Whis could be affected by Shenron's power. If Shenron's power only affects their appearance and physical characteristics, as we know that Shenron's power works on deities, as Shin himself is a deity and was affected, as well as his assistant who is also a deity. So if Beerus and Whis were there, would they also be affected by Shenron's power, and would they become children? As it has been said a few times throughout the Dragon Ball Super that Shenron's power is limited and there are things that are beyond his control and powers, I believe that Shenron would not be able to make Beerus and Whis become children, unless although Shenron can transform them into children, but their powers would not be altered. I believe that if Shenron tried to make Whis and Beerus weak beings, he would not succeed, unless he was Super Shenron, who was the necessary power to do so. So I have another question for you, my dear readers. Would Shenron be able to make higher grade deities like Beerus and Whis become children, or can he only affect lower grade deities like Shin and his assistant? Leave your opinion in the comments. Now, focusing more on the main characters of this new Dragon Ball Daima, could it be that after Goku and his friends became children, did they become weaker than they were as adults? For those who don't know, there is another Dragon Ball story that takes place after the Majin Buu saga, which would be Dragon Ball GT, where Goku ends up returning to being a child. Like in this new Dragon Ball, and in this GT version, Goku lost his powers, or a part of him, but he still managed to transform into a Super Saiyan. So in Dragon Ball Daima, we will see Goku and Vegeta with the ability to transform into a Super Saiyan, or will they both not have the ability to transform, and will we have to see the two Saiyans fight without their transformations? I must say that this is a hypothesis. I would say that it could happen, but because in Dragon Ball GT, even Goku turning back into a child, he didn't lose the ability to transform. So the chances of them not being able to transform are low unless those beings have managed to find a way to seal Goku and Vegeta's powers. Do you think these new beings have a power that has the ability to seal powers? Something that really caught my attention in this trailer, besides the fact that Goku and his friends became small, was the constant change of scenarios, which shows that unlike some sagas in the Dragon Ball franchise, we will have a variation of scenarios, which could mean that Goku and his friends will travel the planets in search of returning to their original forms, or finding those responsible for this, and preventing them from doing anything bad again, as there would be no reason for them to have turned Goku and his friends into children for nothing. So I would like you to comment on your opinion about why they did this and what their goals would be with everything they are doing, so comment what you think. Now, a question focused on your opinion, my friends. Do you think the presence of Beerus and Whis would be important to the story or for the audience itself? As we saw in the last Dragon Ball film, which is in this case Dragon Ball Super Broly, the story of this film was focused on Broly and on Goku's past. And now recently we had another film called Dragon Ball Super Superheroes, where the story, it was about Gohan and the release of his powers that revealed his new transformation along with Piccolo's new power. And as we know, Beerus and Whis are very famous and adored by fans, whether for their personalities or for their powers and titles. And well, you know that in these two films there is no relationship with Beerus and Whis. They still appeared. Do you think that if they did not appear in this new story, there would be a drop in audience? In my opinion, there would be a drop in audience, since even though Whis and Beerus are not prominent as they were when they first appeared in the Dragon Ball film Z Battle of Gods, they were very important to the franchise, and even appearing as just extras in Dragon Ball Daima, just their presence would have a certain impact on the public, and I'm sure of that. For the most attentive and old fans of Dragon Ball, you may have noticed that one of the new characters presented in the trailer has a mohawk, very similar to that of Tapion, a character who first appeared in the film Dragon Ball Z Dragon Strike, where Tapion had a mohawk very similar to Shin's mohawk. But if we look closely, the color of Tapion's mohawk is more reddish, unlike Shin's, which is white. And this could lead to the theory that this new character is actually Tapion himself, who will be reused in the anime. Something that wouldn't be very unusual to happen. After all, in the Broly movie, everyone thought that Yamoshi would appear for the first time, and in the end they used Broly, who was already a character loved by fans, and reusing him was a great idea, so they could reuse Tapion as the new villain. Do you think it could really be Tapion in a new reuse, or would it be something new from the Makai world? Leave your opinions and theories in the comments. So that's it, guys. The video ends here, but don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe so you don't miss any videos like this one. And remember to comment because I'll be reading everyone's comments. Goodbye.